out of your daughter's teenage boyfriend?
What the hell?
All right, well, Chad, I got to thinking a little bit about your
Teenager.
problem.
Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to watch top 5 guns to scare your daughter's boyfriend. And this is by far the strangest video that I'm going to see. Because how can you make a video like this? Then you need to have a gun to scare your daughter's boyfriend. Like, okay, if there is a like harasser or someone like that, then you can say, okay, someone is harassing your daughter, you need to have a gun for that. But for your daughter's boyfriend, why do you need to scare your daughter's boyfriend? And I think so the best answer can be given by Vanchika only. How would you feel like if you have a boyfriend and your father has a gun or has about 5 guns for it to scare your boyfriend away, and like, okay, you cannot do this and that with my daughter? So how would you feel about it?
Firstly, I do believe that my father should support my decision. But if my boyfriend is not a good guy, if he is torturing me or if he's blackmailing me, then definitely I'm gonna say to my dad, please tell him, dad, what do you have? Then obviously I will tell my father to scare him with his guns. And in the previous video we have also seen the scariest guns, and literally that was so interesting video, and we got to know about many guns, and mostly the guns was used for the wildlife and all. But today we're gonna see the guns which father can use to scare their girlfriend, their daughter's boyfriend. So I'm so much excited to watch this video.
Yes, and I'm also excited. What would be those guns? I think so those should be. And even the previous video that we saw, there were many interesting things we got to know. Like, many people were disagreeing with me. Like, by far they were like, how can you say that like we have a culture in America to have these guns and also to protect our rights and protect ourselves from it? And also I thought that many of them were assault rifles, but many people told us that those were not assault rifles. They looked like one because they were made to look like a military one, but they were not the military ones. So that was it. So okay, let's see what these 5 guns are, and will they help in scaring their boyfriends away, daughter's boyfriend away, or not. So let's see.
Chad, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, well, I'm just getting the 50 cal ready for my daughter.
Your daughter?
Yeah, I've got a daughter on the way.
You have a daughter on the way.
I do.
Don't you think it's a little early to be worrying about your daughter's boyfriend?
Oh, it's never too early for a father to worry about that.
You know, I think I could probably think of a list of guns that would do really well for scaring the living crap out of your daughter's teenage boyfriend.
What the hell?
All right, well, Chad, I got to thinking a little bit about your problem. You know, this whole daughter thing you're worried about. And I've got a selection of guns here. And guys, in case you're wondering, this is 5 guns to scare the living crap out of your teenage daughter's boyfriend.
Oh my God.
How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Is that a 5 guns video?
That's a 5 guns video if I ever heard one.
All right, so everybody's heard like all the stories, your teenage daughter brings her first boyfriend home, you're sitting around and you're wondering, okay, well, how am I going to scare the living crap out of this kid so he gets the point,
Oh, yeah,
you draw the line in the sand.
This is definitely always a fantasy that we have. We've got a couple of buddies with daughters, and we always fantasized about sitting around at the kitchen table cleaning guns when the boyfriend was brought over for the first time and scaring the crap out of them. Whoa. So, we missed our opportunity on that. So, now we may be able to pony up on that, with my daughter, but it'll take a little while, hopefully. Yes, it will take a little while.
It will.
When she's 30, maybe.
When she's 30?
Yeah, 30. I think that's
well, yeah,
you
got to have the whole dugout back with the lime next to it, the blank headstone, and everything, and the fresh grave ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could just
well,
talk.
The first gun, how about a Glock 17 with a 100-round beta magazine?
That's a good choice.
What do you think about that? Will
Glock
that scare
17.
scare the boyfriend a bit?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a unique gun.
You say, I want my daughter home by 9 p.m. He's going to go, all right, I'll be here at 8. What do you think?
I want my daughter at 9 p.m.
7:30.
I'll be here 7:30.
Okay, fine. Want to kick it up a notch?
Let's kick it up a notch.
All right, so, the
Nice.
Glock, that's kind of cool. It's a 100-round beta. That's pretty scary looking. How about a 1911, a Remington R1 with a Tyrant suppressor on it? Okay?
This looks nice.
That way, he won't even hear the shot.
Yeah.
You won't hear
Exactly. Or,
getting shot.
if let's say he's going to pull off and you're not really crazy about the kid, you can just shoot the tires out.
Pretty much.
And he won't know. He'll just think he's got a flat. And, oh, I'm sorry, you can't go out on a date. Your tire's flat.
Actually, speaking of that, what you do is you take this and you just get a good rest on the windowsill. And when he's going to actually get in the car, you shoot the tires out and then he can't go anywhere. And then the date's off.
There you go.
You
do
see
you
the
think?
same thing?
I think that's the plan. Now, guys,
Wow.
it's just kind of fantasy. We wouldn't really do that.
Of course.
Yeah, we would.
Don't do that.
All right. The next thing, if he's not getting the point across, we got a Sega 12 SBS with a 15-round drum magazine, 15 rounds of 12 gauge in your hand. You certainly can't lie with that, or worry about that.
This will scare the
folding
shit
stock.
out of him.
This is a very, very neat rig. It runs like a champ.
Yeah, it does.
And plus, it's just scary as hell.
Well,
It is.
speaking of getting the point across, we've got this really nasty looking breaching brake on the front of
wow.
this thing. So, if you want to get your point across, I think that's the way to do it right there.
Oh yeah, that's a really nice gun, and that rig particularly has been used in quite a few videos. If you guys want to see a list of videos below where we've used this firearm, be sure to check it out. It's an awesome gun, that little SBS.
Awesome little gun.
Now, some of you guys are a little bit more old school.
And a
Got a Mercury
shotgun.
Magnum double barrel 10 gauge. You know how Eric and I like our 10 gauges? Well, this is just double the fun. You got 2 triggers on here, and we've actually let this thing rip with both barrels with 2-ounce turkey loads. I tell you what, I mean, you're basically putting a quarter pound of lead down range, basically like shooting a 4-bore.
Yeah.
And it is an experience, but surprisingly enough, it's got a good recoil pad on the back of it. It really is not too bad at all.
Oh man, this gun's awesome, and I'll tell you what, there are so many people that fantasize about this whole thing with their daughter and the boyfriend and everything, and you always picture just the guy sitting on the porch with his double barrel 10 gauge going, yeah, when's my daughter going to be home, that kind of thing. So
These dads
yeah, you can't go
are
wrong
so
with a double barrel 10
possessive.
gauge if you just really need to scare the crap out of a little 16-year-old kid. Not to
do it.
say that you're not going to point the gun at the kid. It's just one of those things where you're sitting around, you're cleaning your gun,
Yeah.
Everything's nice and calm. You're just sitting at the table.
Just to scare
hey
him.
kid, come on in here. By the way, I really love my daughter. I also love my
American
firearms,
dads are-
and I'm not scared to use them, and that sort of thing. Maybe you could be cleaning this.
I would be
AK.
scared.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Sega we converted, and it's got the upturned Galil handle on it. Some nice furniture here. Got one of our SGM tactical
Wow.
4 ends, a couple other odds and ends, Tapco razor brake, EOTech sight.
American
It's
dads
just
are a
kind of a
different
nice little
breed,
tricked
man.
out zombie gun or rogue boyfriend gun.
Pretty much.
Yeah, however you want to look at it.
Boyfriend gun.
Nice little functional rifle there. This one here, you could probably get a bead all the way down at the 7-Eleven when they're in the parking lot trying to make out and shoot the tires out, right?
Yeah, probably. I think
Well,
so.
yeah. A lot of these videos are kind of fun inspired, and I know that some of these things may not necessarily be a true experience that some of you are going to have, but sometimes it's just fun to think about certain guns that you would use in certain situations. And, these firearms obviously are just awesome for anything. But, some of you guys have daughters on the way, some of you have young daughters, and we always have to make sure we're keeping the traditions alive of, all these random boyfriends across the country knowing that our daughters' dads are insane. So there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that at all.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna get the 50 caliber back in.
All right, let's do it.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is the kind of rifle that basically, they're at the movie theater. You just park about a mile away and get a bead on them.
That will scare
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
adults.
Well, the thing is, even if you never intend on watching or firing a shot, you can at least watch.
Yeah, you can definitely watch.
Yeah, you can stake them out, know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, I like the whole video, and fun part was when he said that you can't point the gun on a 16-year-old teen. So what you have to do, you wanna just clean the gun that to show him that yes, I have a gun, and I do believe that anyone can get scared from these guns, and if you're gonna do this, then obviously that your daughter's boyfriend gonna definitely gonna be scared. And seriously, I don't get it why fathers are so possessive. It's sometimes I used to think that only my father is the one who is so possessive for me, but I was totally wrong. Every father in this world is so possessive for their girl, for their daughters, and it's just not for their daughters only. They are also very possessive for their wife. Men are very possessive for their daughters and for their wife. I don't know. Parvin, please would you tell me why men are very, possessive for their wife and for their daughter.
Because men can understand other men's vibe, or they can understand what other guys thinking, because we know what guys think and what guys talk when all the guys are around, so we know what he's thinking, and we never like, okay, so he's seeing my daughter like that, how can he talk like that? So that is why we see that, okay, many parents say to their daughters, okay, do not go around with this kid, he does not look right and this and that, but then daughters even do not listen to them, and then they go for it, and then they regret what happens afterwards. So this gun might help in scaring them out and scaring the guy out. So it will make sure that the guy will always think about it. Okay, his father has a very big gun. Now I have to make sure that if I do nothing wrong with her, because if I do something wrong, then there is 100% chance I will get shot. So it is better to not do nothing wrong. So even if we have, because that is the kind of age, that 15, 16, 18, that is the age when you try different things out, and when you are like, okay, if you can become a bit more wild, or you can become that total introvert. So if you become a wild person, you can try many other things, and so then they are like, okay, you should remember that I have a gun, and if something happens to my daughter, I'll kill you, or not kill you, just I'll hurt you really bad. And the way they were presenting the guns was very exciting, because it was like, okay, this gun will help you like bursting the tires off, because it had a silencer, so it will help you bursting the tires off. And if you don't want him to go on a date, you'll be like, okay, so the tires are off, you cannot go on a date. And but I am damn sure about it, the daughters will be surely pissed with it, because they'll be like, I have a boyfriend, he's looking up to me, and he's like coming to me with me, and the thing is, I like him, and then you are being that nuisance with me. But that's how dad should be. And like, American dads are completely different, because in India what happens is, Indian dads will make sure that they will kind of leave some things to the mom itself. They will tell, okay, the mom to like torture her, tell her that she will not go out, or then they will have that stern warning that, okay, we will take away all your facilities, like you will not get this or you will not get that. I think so Vanchika can tell you more about it, what like Indian dads do to make sure that, okay, their daughters are staying in line. And even guys, that is the same way they do it. So how did you guys find this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.